Today I wanted to talk about SSP and what that is. Recently, since a few months ago, I've been having visions of seeing people be freed from these inverted matrix pods. There were technologies in place that could detect the coming in of high vibrational beings onto this planet. And so there are some beings that were of really high nature of high vibrational nature that trigger these alarm systems when they came here on Earth. And they were found and they were put into these pods, these consciousness pods that were inverted in nature, because through these pods, they were able to use people's energies in order to power the inverted matrix systems and mainframes. And that these pods of an inverted nature fractalized a person's consciousness into many different pieces without their conscious consent. And that some of these SSP programs were not just only underground on Earth, but also in Mars and in places like the moon. And that those that were in charge of maintaining these inverted systems were beings such as the reptilians. There are also arachnids, huge arachnids that primarily are associated with Mars, but that also have existed on Earth as well in order to try to spy on those that were a threat to the Matrix and to try to control them and those around them through thought manipulation, through energetic warfare. But now I've learned that many of these contracts, these SSP contracts, are ending and have been since last month, well, actually, since September of this year, and that they are continuing. And so more and more people are waking up from these pods, and that is nothing short of amazing and miraculous. And I felt that it was time for me to speak about this and to write about it. So I wrote an article on Substack about this, which I will include in the caption below with the link, so that anyone that wants to read it and know about the signs, if you've been in SSP, I've listed a numerous list of signs to look out for if that was your experience. And I also receive visions that those like me, the front runners, you could say, those that are waking up and exiting these pods first, I receive visions of being there for others that are waking up from these pods because they might be feeling disoriented, angry over what was done, over what happened to them. And all the issues that caused them in their personal life. From, for example, having those inverted pods take their life energy away, to causing numerous unexplained health issues that no doctor can seem to diagnose or find out the underlying cause due to implants and things of that nature. There's so much more that I can talk about, really, which is why I think that the article that I wrote is helpful for you all to read if you feel drawn to this information. And I just wanted to come on here and say this because what I saw, I'm being reminded of, if you've seen the movie The Host, a movie based on the novel of Stephanie Meyer, there is a scene in that movie where this blonde-haired woman near the end of the movie, she has like this you could say, parasitic thing taken off of her because it had hijacked her body. And when they finally take that off of her and she's freed from that, how she is able to finally have control over her body again, over her life again. And how she described in the movie how she thought it was all in her head. And that she felt that for so many years she was screaming in her head. And that was just a very powerful scene of what it has felt like for many of us that have gone through this program, that are being released from it now. And by the grace of God, we're here. I also just wanted to say that from a higher perspective, what I learned is that many of us knew that we were going to be detected by these inverted technologies and by these entities, and that we would be put into these inverted consciousness pods and SSP programs, but that we knew that one day we would be able to help God dismantle it from within and completely eradicate it. So if you resonate with this video, I invite you all to take a read into my latest Substack article about this in the link below. And if you want, you can message me directly if you have any questions about anything mentioned in this video. I would love to hear your thoughts about what your experiences have been, and I'd love to see if there's any way if I can support you. I offer virtual one-on-one soul mentorship sessions. I'll also put the link to my website below so you can book a session with me if you feel led. And all my information can also be found under my bio. Thanks for watching.